Yes, Peter Trump. I work with high school students as arts interns, and I was wondering what is the feasibility of perhaps creating a project or a program where they could perhaps do a residency at Governor's Island, creating an art project of some form.
We generally, work with organizations. We don't create programming on the island. We're sort of just a venue. Although obviously, as you can tell from our unicycle anecdote, we are an encouraging venue. So we'd be happy to talk to you about what your ideas are. And again, we work with a lot of organizations. We're already starting to talk to organizations about 2011. Really coming up with flexible models, both for major institutions that are thinking about adding Governor's Island as a venue for their programming to really organizations that just barely started. So we're very flexible about the range of organizations and the kinds of risks we can take in trying to form something together. And I don't know, Randy, are you watching the time? So you'll tell me when I should stop. Okay, great.
Hi, my name's Karen Height. Well, I've come with a project proposal in hand for your wacky meeting, and I'd love to give it to you. May I?
Yes, if we can wait till afterwards,
Certainly.
I'd be happy to receive it.
That's
yes.
what I mean.
Yes.
Thank you.
Hi, my name is Karen Sander. Could you give us a little roadmap for the future as how you see, you showed us some great photos of sort of how the redevelopment of the space, but sort of the roadmap for the future of the programming has, as you envision it for, let's say, the next 5 years to 10 years out?
Wow, 5 to 10 years, I'll try.
Whatever makes sense to you.
Well, we have the goal of 400,000 visitors this summer. I sort of had to beat up my team on that, but I basically said everyone was happy last year, so they're all going to come back and recommend it to their friends. We hope to see more and more programming along the lines of what we just described, because what we've seen already is that I think people come to the island and they get other ideas of what can be. Obviously, we have constraints. We have a limited operating season. We also are very much an outdoor venue. Right now, while we have many structures, there are structures that while they're stabilized, they're not set up necessarily for public programming. But we believe very strongly in the public use of the island, both the interim use, the sort of programming that we just talked about, as well as the park and public space as the catalyst for future activity. So when we look at sort of success and progress over the next few years, first we'll have our school, so we'll have 450 kids coming to school every day on Governor's Island. So that will be a wonderful experience starting in September. We hope to see other tenants. Our focus will be very much on the park and public space and continuing to grow the programming. And again, here we've been talking a lot about arts and cultural programming, but we also have an amazing bicycling program, free bikes on Fridays, and encouraging people to bring their bicycles. So I think the important message is that public use is always going to be at the core of Governor's Island, because again, our premise is that this needs to be part of the living, breathing city. And that's what it wasn't. It was a closed military base for so long. So this is going to proceed gradually, as many projects do. But again, you have to remember, like, this literally was a place where none of us could have gone as recently as 6 or 7 years ago. Back in 2002, if you tried to go to Governor's Island, it would have been closed, and it had been closed for hundreds of years. So just to see all these people in this room, to see thousands of people on the island in the summer, and to see the kind of creativity that people are bringing to this room and to the island, again, that mirrors, kind of the great history of New York. And as Kate alluded to, New York is about creativity. And that's why we live here, and that's what makes this an amazing city. And so the fact that we can begin to contribute to that sort of ferment is very exciting, and we hope to continue doing that. So thank you all very much.
We are lucky. And I hope you'll all make it out there this summer. But in the meanwhile, we have a little party which you're all invited to just outside. So thank you so much for coming. Right.